Welcome. I'm Brianna and this is my life on paper, and you are in for a treat today. So in case you haven't been here before, I am playing along every day of the month of September with Scraptember, and that's along with the Scrappy Sisters and Laura Alberts and Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. The prompt today is mixed media. I do not usually do mixed media, although I have been dabbling a little bit into it. My friend Mel, who I will link her channel below, who also dabbles into mixed media, has been encouraging me. So I'm going to show you my pictures. These are, you probably have never heard of the app that's called Be Real. Think of it as I don't know if it's a social media, but think of it as a Snapchat type thing but the thing of it is with Be Real is one time a day, everybody's app goes off and you take a picture no matter where you are. So this is a funny story. I was at my brother and sister-in-law's house, and I have a 6-year-old nephew. And at the same time I was taking my Be Real with my beer, he was dumping a bowl full of water over my head as I'm in the pool. Hilarious. Totally funny. So, and what it does is it takes a picture with the back camera and the front camera. So I was able to capture the back camera big and the front camera big. So I've got these two pictures, and I just think it's funny. So mixed media today. I have not used stencil butter yet, but I own a little bit of it, and this is such a pretty color. It is turquoise stencil butter. It is by TCW, which is the Crafters Workshop, and I got this at a local scrapbook store. I also have the same thing in Platinum. I'm not sure if I want to use two colors or not. The other thing I grabbed out that I have not used either is just straight up texture paste, which is translucent. So that is on standby as well. I have a white piece of paper, and you will have seen the sketch at the beginning, not the sketch, the scrapbook layout that I'm going to lift at the beginning, that I am going to hopefully do some justice to. But right now, what I wanted to show you what I'm going to do is some mixed media. And so I have this stencil. I've never used this before. I'm going to do a little bit up here, a little bit down here. And the one thing I have read about using this and a stencil is that you want to wash it right away or it's going to dry on there. So wish me luck. This nice big 12 by 12 stencil just fits on here. I don't have any paper underneath me. In fact, I think I'm going to grab my glass mat out, which I should have done before, because it's going to save my desk and everything else. And now you're going to get a little bit of glare. Here we go. So sorry about the glare. There's not a really good way to get away from it other than turning the lights off and being in the dark. I know a little bit of this goes a long way. Look at that. Look at that goodness. I'm just going to start. Oh, yes. And there's a hair that is in my stencil butter already. But yeah, we just want a light application. Don't go under the stencil, which I probably just did. Grab a little bit more. And have a little fun with it. I think this is just a gorgeous color. I don't know where my pictures are going to go exactly. I'm going to work, what I'm doing is I'm going to stencil this a little bit tonight, let it dry, and then be back for the rest of the video tomorrow. So I do plan ahead a little bit. And I have no idea how far I'm going in, but that's okay, because I know with our fun mixed media that you can kind of go and then it ends up getting covered up anyway. What do we think about that? Maybe just a little bit further. I'm very interested to see how this will turn. Oh, and I'm afraid I'm getting underneath the stencil. How this will turn out. And I think you can, you know, you can put it in thicker and it'll give it some dimension, or you can put it on thinner. I'm trying to go kind of the same consistency through the whole thing. I'm going to leave it like that. Now, at the same time, I'm going over to my other corner and try it over here. Doing basically the same thing on the opposite corner. And I pulled out a couple of pieces of paper, which you'll see later, that are similar to this color. And then I have a red color because I'm using some of the ephemera. I found some Echo Park that has some of this beautiful turquoise color in it. And then it has some red and some blue in it. So I tried to pick a little bit of all those colors out. And again, I don't know how far I'm going in here. And even though it's better to go in further, I know I will be pained if I'm covering any of it up. So it'll be interesting to see how close I get to being where I want to be. What do we think? Do we want to go further out? And really, I'm using barely, like, next to nothing as far as this stencil butter goes. I think that's good. I think that's very good. All right, oops, and there we go. That's gonna happen though, right? You're gonna get goopy outside where you wanna be goopy. So I wanna get this off, and I'll do a big reveal now. We'll let it dry. I'll get this stencil, woo, see, and you can tell where I got underneath it, but that is totally fine. And that's part of mixed media too, right? I like it. So it's got some texture in there. It's not all the same layer. It's lighter, it's darker. I'm going to pause. I'm going to get the stencil washed off and my palette brush washed off, and I'll come back when this is dry. Welcome back. And here we are with the mixed media portion. I really am happy the way it turned out. As I was stenciling, I knew I was getting under the stencil. So this is, and I think this is a great opportunity to like really try out. Like I've never used like a stencil butter or like modeling paste or any kind of thing on my layout. So I think this is a good first attempt because most of it's going to get covered up. But how cool is that? And you can see the shimmer, and then you can see the texture of it too, because it wasn't perfectly smooth, nor did I want it perfectly smooth. So I thought I would also, normally what I do is have my embellishments kind of chosen ahead of time and where they're gonna go. This time, I thought it would be fun just to bring out things that I think I'm gonna use, and then with you, kind of figure out what I'm gonna use. So I went ahead and I matted my photo. It's got this lovely background, which is kind of like a faux mixed media that you can't even see because I really just use it for a little bit of color on the photos. I also went into my stash, and this is going to be a typical Brianna layout. So, and what do I mean by that? It's monochromatic. So at first I went to my Echo Park. It's a slice of summer, the frames and tags, and I grabbed a couple things out, which I do have and I might use. And they have some color to them. Although you'll see, look at that, that's got that blue that I'm using in my layout. But we've got that with the red in it. So I thought I would grab some red out. I've got a couple more pieces over here. When I grabbed the red, I had one piece of red and so much of the like aqua colors that I just pulled the red out and thought, well, if we use it, we use it, but all the rest is monochromatic. So we have a little piece that gets tucked back here, like so. And then you'll see the banners. And what I did was, this one is even a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and I wouldn't have had to cut it in half like this, but I just like the ability to be able to play with it more without having to worry what size it was. So that's gonna, oops, that's gonna go there, and it's gonna shift everything around. And I am paying attention to how much is showing, and so that you'll see me kind of move things around based on that. Because I realize you're not going to see all of what I did, but I do want some of it to show. So this will probably all get moved down, but I think I'm going the reverse order on this. Not that I couldn't do it any way I want to, but okay. Then I'll move these aside. I found 2 flowers in my stash, and I just layered them up. They're the same, pretty much the same color, but that I think is going to be perfect for over there. And then this is part of that tags, the Echo Park tags, and I like that. It's a different shade. That's very good. And I have this tag. It's on craft, and it's from, my stash was from a paper pad. So what I think I'm going to do is trim it down so that you just see, I'm not sure if I'll just use that, oops, so that you don't see any of the craft, or maybe you can see some craft. That's gonna go over there somewhere. I do like the summertime. I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna land. And then on the side, there are 2 tags. So I did go ahead. This is just a scrap piece of paper. This is another one of these craft tags where I cut off the end of. And actually what I did was, once I trimmed off the craft part, I trimmed it to make another tag. So this is in my stash, but I can use it as a tucking piece on another layout. I'm gonna go like this. And this brings a little bit of gold into it, which you'll see probably later. And then I just have, well, I've got some here. Let's bring this so that we can see it. I kind of ruled out the tags because we have those tags already. And there might be a lot of word bits all over this. I totally love this because my nephew was dumping water over me just at the last second as I was taking a picture. So this, totally loving this, has to go on here. And good vibes only. How perfect is that saying? I have this lone star, this 1 star. I think that would be so fun to get this on here somewhere. And then I just have all these other little bits and pieces that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I've saved some just random bits of paper that I can do with some tucking. I didn't pull out any tabs, really. I've got a light bulb. I thought that was funny. We're also going to use a light bulb, but that would look good over there. I've got, these are planner stickers, and so I can dot those around somewhere. Unbelievable. That's a cute little one. Here's Control-Alt-Delete. That might be good. Not sure. I don't want to cover my face. We don't want to Control-Alt-Delete summer. Maybe behind here. Or even pick up unbelievable and put those together there. That would be kind of fun. I have another little tucking piece with hearts on it that I can use. What else? I have a lot of light blue, like I can sprinkle the hearts as needed. I also have the same color banners, and then arrows as well. And those are all planner stickers too. And then for the tags, I cut some, this Paper Studio, and they call it twine. I don't know that I would call it twine, but I've got the string for the tags. And then I used my punch to make the tag holes. And then I have my crocodile that I like to use to make the actual hole. So I'll be using that. The other thing I have that I can sprinkle around as well are some bubbles. This is Creative Memories, and I've been using up this as I go along. So probably use some bubbles, but there's a good start. What I'll do is I'll put you on pause, finish this up, and come right back. Welcome back. I am back with my glaring glass mat. I want to do some sprinkles. So here we are with the almost finished layout, and you'll see some additions. I ended up, so, you know, I like the way I had it before, but then I was thinking there's things in the picture that there's nothing bad on the picture, just chairs and stuff that was taking away from the picture. So I moved the flower up, which lent me to this like kind of a backwards C design. I stuck with the colors that I was using before. I actually found some flare. I've got a cloud flare here and then this striped one that the colors went so well. These are both from Yes Please Paper Crafting. I'll have that linked below. Other than that, it's the whole bunch of items that I grabbed from my stash. This Good Times and Tan Lines is cute, and that came from that Echo Park collection of tags. You'll see that I did not use the rest of them with the other colors in there. I really like the way it turned out. You can see, some of the mixed media here. You can see a little bit peeking out here. The Summertime I got in there, and it's not on my face. I was able to use these two pieces staggered a little bit. I used this sticker's Unbelievable and Well Spent. I got a geotag that I had cut from my Cricut before. It was just sitting in my stash. And then I did use those little dots from the planner stickers, and I kind of used them like enamel dots there and there. The flower is there. This piece I think is from Pink Fresh Studio. I could be very wrong, but it's like a chipboard. But then I've got these pieces that I got in Etsy, and I used it over there kind of to make a flare. So I used that. I got to use my star that I wanted to use. A label sticker, this planner sticker, and then I did use one heart planner sticker, and I found this cute little geotag that's like the perfect color, so I had to use that. Here are my tags with the tag with the twine in there, as well as the tag hole thing right there. And then I was just gonna work on some a couple of just splatters. I tested them out. I tested the jade. I kind of was hoping that would work. It did not. We've got, what color is this? This is the turquoise. Yep, turquoise, and it's got some silver in it. And I also have the gold, and I'm interested. This is new to me, the Nouveau Mica Mist. So I'm interested to see how this is going to work. We're gonna, it's got the gold over here. We're gonna get a little bit of the silver. I'm totally good with silver and gold. I think I'm gonna try this first. This is tried and true. This is probably my favorite. The Delusions turquoise is probably my favorite. So I do have a piece of paper just to throw over the photo, because that's where it tends to want to land for me. And then I just kind of hit my hand. These are going to be kind of big. And there goes, you can see the silver. And then up here as well. See if you can see that. I might have to dip it again because it seems like it doesn't want to go. And that's okay. Random is okay. Random is not my easiest thing. Let me do it just a little bit more over here. It's going all off the paper and of course not on. There we go. Okay. So we got that. Let's see how, and it's drying right away, and it's so silver, which I love, right? And we'll see how it goes with the gold. I don't know if you're supposed to shake it until you can hear that ball. I am hearing the ball. I don't know if I like shaking. Is shaking a good thing for these or not? We'll see. All right, here comes the gold. Let's see how this goes. Oops, and I should cover, well, let's do it this side first. Woo, big splats. Ooh, I'm liking this too. Okay, then I'm gonna move this over here in case we get too wild, or I get too wild. and gold over the top. There. I think that's perfect. Yay. Okay, there you go. So I'll let this dry. I'll do the final shots and then you can see it. This has been a longer video for me. I looked back, I had one other video that was like over 11 minutes, and that was one too where I was showing technique of doing some painting on a stencil. So let me know how you feel about, to me, this is a longer video. I think some people do really long videos, so maybe this isn't really long. But drop me a comment to let me know. Do you like my shorter videos? Are the longer ones okay? What do you prefer? Thank you to all my subscribers, you guys. You guys are rocking it. Thank you for all the comments. I appreciate you so much. I'm having so much fun playing along with Scraptember, and seeing what everybody else is doing, but also working outside my box and using things like mixed media and all those other things. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Make sure to check out the playlist below and give some love to all the fabulous people playing along. I would appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow for another video.